The coffee's a little bit cold. Well, hello everybody. I am not the most concise person, so a lot of this is just going to be my filtered thoughts. But here we go. My name is Jacob. I am 21 years old and I have 7 siblings. So I think I'm a little bit qualified to talk about how to be a good sibling. Now, I am guessing that the reason why you are watching this video is because you would like to understand how to be a better sibling. Perhaps you think that you have not been a great sibling, or perhaps you just found this video and you want to know whether you live up to the standards of this stranger on the internet. And you're going to find out, I guess. I have written out 4 general points that I think you need to be a good sibling. I'll start with a story before I get into them, because I think it's important to understand. I think it's important to help you understand why I'm making this video. And this was a while ago, so I'm the second oldest. I have an eldest brother, and many years ago, my eldest brother and I started not getting along. We started picking on each other more. We started saying mean things and making rude jokes to one another. And my parents kept asking us why we were acting this way all of a sudden, because it's not, let me take these out. It's not like we had acted that way before. This was a new thing. For whatever reason, we decided, like, oh, we gotta pick on each other. And whenever our parents would ask us why, I need to fix that. It's dead. Maybe it's to hold it. Whenever my parents would ask us why, we would always give them the same answer. Well, that's just what brothers do. Brothers just pick on each other. What else are brothers supposed to do but pick on each other? There's nothing else. And this went on for a few days, and finally my father said, no, that's not what brothers do. Brothers look out for one another, and brothers stick up for one another, and brothers protect one another. Brothers stick together. And one thing that I've been fond of saying is that brothers stick together and brothers protect their sisters. Obviously, I'm coming from the perspective as a brother, and so that is where most of my advice stems from, especially an older brother. Now, with that being said, I'm making this video because I have observed, as I have grown older, a lot of families don't get along. A lot of siblings don't get along. And I remember when I was younger, people would compliment me and my siblings on how well we get along with one another. And I always thought that was strange. I always thought, isn't this how families are? And I've come to realize, no, that's not just how families are. I suspect that you watching this video, there's a high chance that you don't get along with your siblings. My main goal with this video is explain what it actually means to be a good older sibling. And these are all things that I've failed doing in my life. I'm sharing these because these are all mistakes that I've made, and I still make them today. It's not possible to be a perfect person. But you might not know these things, and so I'm gonna tell you. The first one, point number 1, rule number 1, idea number 1, whatever you want to call it, is to invite your siblings into your life. You should be spending time with your siblings. You should be giving them your undivided attention. And invite them to go places with you. And don't turn them away if they ask to go somewhere with you. There are many instances in which I have friends who are my age, and they're my friends, so they're not really my younger siblings' friends, and so I'll just go hang out with them by myself. But your younger siblings look up to you, and if they ask to do something with you, you should really consider whether that would be possible, whether you can take them along with you to this hangout you're going to. A lot of times the answer is no. A lot of times it's just not possible. But sometimes the answer is yes, and you should look out for those opportunities. My younger brother, the one right below me, he makes short films with my other younger siblings, and they have a lot of fun doing that. They write scripts together, and they make funny films, and it's great. It's great fun. And that's a way that he spends time with his brothers and sisters. Now, another part of inviting your siblings into your life is to stop being so annoyed with them. If you find that everything your sibling does that slights you in the littlest amount, if they do something that like just bothers you and you get really annoyed at them, perhaps they touched your stuff, perhaps they got into something that was yours that they weren't supposed to, but like you like go off and you're like, and that really annoys you, that's a problem with you, and it's not a problem with your siblings. Now, yes, of course, I do not want my siblings to go through my things or touch my things. However, you have got to set boundaries without being rude and mean and snappy and just all around a undelightful person to be around. I promise you that if you're snapping at your siblings, they are not listening to you. They don't care what you're saying. They might stop doing something just out of not wanting to be bothered by you anymore, but you have done nothing to actually help your relationship with them. You've only damaged it if you are being snappy and annoyed at everything they do that just happens to cut against you. So take a chill pill, chillax, be nicer, be kinder. Number two is don't make fun of your siblings, and more importantly, don't make light of your siblings' problems. There's a difference between cracking a joke every once in a while that is innocent and playful versus saying something versus making a joke that is actually mean. And most of the time, when siblings think they are just poking fun, they're actually being quite mean. And I've seen it many a time in which an older sibling especially will make a joke at the expense of a younger sibling, and everybody will laugh. The younger sibling will laugh, of course, he'll chuckle, but at the end of the day, it really hurt him, and it really sucked. And you should not be doing that. You should be careful about the jokes you make, especially in front of friends or other extended family or people who are not so close. All right. And when it comes to making light of your siblings' problems, really what this means is like, don't dismiss your siblings when they have issues in their life. You should have empathy, and you should help them solve their problems and try to understand their problems, because it may seem ridiculous to you, especially if you have really young siblings like I do. They're not that young anymore, but they're still younger. Don't just brush them aside. Help them figure it out. Help them deal with it. And number 3 is encourage your siblings. This is sort of the opposite of number 2. So don't make light of your siblings' problems. Don't make fun of your siblings. Number 3, encourage your siblings. If they do something good, praise them. Be like, good job. Don't be disparaging. Really, just encouraging means don't be disparaging. Don't brush aside what they have to say. Don't brush aside their hopes and their dreams, or what they want to do with their life. Now, there's a popular saying, everybody knows it, everybody's heard it: you can be anything you want to be. That is a bunch of baloney, and I do not subscribe to that, and I don't think you should either, because I think it's bad advice. But just because you think that something is a little bit ridiculous that your siblings want to do, or you think it's a little bit weird that they are so passionate about it, like ant farms, don't make fun of them about it. Don't disparage them. Encourage them. Engage them about it. Talk to them about it. Like, what does it mean to own an ant farm? What are the ants doing? How do ants operate? In case you have not picked up, yes, one of my siblings was really into ants at one point. And I had this whole ant farm and bought ants online. I didn't know that was a thing, buying ants online, but I learned. Yeah. Number 4, this is the last one, is be a leader in your household. And this applies to everybody. This does not just apply to older siblings. It is everybody's responsibility to be a leader to their brothers and sisters. And this means that, especially if you're an older sibling, show and teach your younger siblings how to be a man. If you're an older sister, teach and show your younger siblings how to be a woman, and grow to be a lady, and grow to be a gentleman. And this really means leading by example. You have to practice the virtue, and you have to have these qualities that your siblings can look up to. Remember that children want to be adults. This is why I don't like children's shows, because they are childish. This was actually the great thing about Mr. Rogers. I'm sure most people know about him. His show was for children, but it was not childish. In the same way, you need to be a leader in your household, and you need to stop being childish. The other 3 points that I made before this 4th one will help you with that. Don't be a child. Don't be childish. Be a man. Be a woman. Be a leader. Be mature. Because your siblings look up to you. And you have to be a good example for them. They're going to look up to you either way. So you can either lead them to goodness, or you can be a stumbling block in their life. And I think the former is much more desirable than the latter. And my last point on number 4, being a leader, is this is practical advice. Is don't act like their parent. Yes, if you're an older sibling, sometimes you're put in charge. Maybe a lot of times you're put in charge. And a lot of times you feel like you have authority as an older sibling, and the answer is you do. But you are not their parent, and you should not act like their parent. You should not be disciplining. You should not discipline them. You should not punish your younger siblings. That's not your job. Your job is to lead. Your job is to stick by their side and show them how to be mature. There are so many more things that I could say, but I think that those 4 points will help you get started on being a better sister or a better brother, and think about those principles and let me know if you agree with them. And if you enjoy this content, maybe I'll make more. But this was a list of 4 things that I wrote out a month ago, and I thought it was worth sharing because I didn't see a lot of resources talking about how to actually be a good sibling. So, yeah. Have a good day. I'll see you later. Bye.